Yeah. This is Lawn with Single Track Skills. I'm out here at Oak Mountain State Park for the third and probably the final installment that I'm going to do on this feature affectionately named Squamish-ish. And it's the last one. I would say it is probably an expert line off of it. It's super difficult. I'm going to be talking about cutting across and going over that rock face. We'll get a picture of it from the bottom as well. So the very first video I did out here was a straight down line. It's about equally as hard, and that's right over here. I don't know if you can see it or not. So this one is off of what I called the beginner line over there. And I'm gonna enter the beginner line like I did last time and talk about how to get over to that expert line. Okay, the expert line, one of the three hardest lines, or four hardest lines actually down this feature, is entering off of the easiest line down it, which we were affectionately calling the beginner line. It is the same first part. So up to that pylon right there, you can watch my other video and I'll give you tips. Actually, up until that pylon down there, everything's the same as the other video. Where it changes is once you get in that area right there, right past that pylon or that cone, you have to change directions and go over here to go up that rock face and go down. And that's what makes it an expert line. So there are two ways to do it. Either you do a nose pick, which is grabbing the front brake and throwing the rear wheel to the side. So I'd be throwing the rear wheel downhill side. Or you're going to do a front wheel lift and throw it to the upside or throw it up the mountain in order to change directions. That's what makes it so hard, is because you're coming down this and you have to get stopped, and you either have to throw the front wheel up the mountain or throw the rear wheel down the mountain, and then you may have to do a couple level lifts there, like a trials rider would use to line up their line. And that's why it becomes an expert line, because it is requiring more advanced skills. The nose pick and the level lift and the front wheel lift throwing to the side, those are covered in my ground control 2 classes, which is intermediate to expert. The last part of it is all about guts. It's really, really hard to have the guts to do this. So you're going to send it right across here to this pylon. You're going to go up that place right there, that ditch, and you're going to go right where that cone is right there. And what makes it hard is it's easy to go too slow and tap your crank arm, or let your front wheel fall to one side or the other and fall off the back side of that. And you don't want to do that. It's like falling 7 or 8 feet. You don't want to do that. So you have to go fast enough to where you don't get hung up in that ravine, and fast enough to where you're cresting the top and not getting hung up, but no faster than what you need, because the backside of that is pretty steep. We'll go down there and take a look at the backside of it in just a second. This is the only line off of here that I guinea pigged. All the rest of the lines I've taught on here, and the other lines I haven't taught, I was second, third, fourth person down it. But that line right there is the first one I ever guinea pigged, which makes me really proud. Those days are over. I think I'm retired from that line. Let's check it out from the bottom. So we're at the bottom of the line I just taught, and you can see where you're going to end up coming out. This last pylon right up there at the top is where you have to be careful not to catch a pedal crank and weeble wobble and all fall down. And then we used to just pop off right over here, but as we've gotten better, we've been able to stop and get on the return trail and go right on up. When I guinea pigged this line probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I was on a 140 travel in the rear, 160 in the front, and it actually probably made it a little bit easier than a a huge enduro bike that they make now, you know, because of the nose pick or the front wheel lift throwing to the inside. The larger travel bike, the more difficult those types of moves are. The 29-inch wheels that I had on that 140, 160 was easier to get through that ravine for sure. For a while we were getting flats in that ravine, so we had to fix that. But yeah, I'm retired from that line, but I do want to pass on the things that I've learned the hard way with my buddies, in hopes that the next generation will pick it up and learn from our successes and our failures and take this sport to the next level. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I'll see if I can answer them. Thanks. Yeah.